Hey there, I'm Jamie from Stonemeyer Games, and I am back for another monthly challenge for Vantage. This month's challenge is again named after a movie. This is the Aquaman challenge, and it includes a mild spoiler for Vantage. In fact, if you're watching along, you'll probably see spoilers. But the minor spoiler is, feel free to leave if you don't want to know anything about the world. The minor spoiler is that there is a lot of water in Vantage, water that you can be on the surface of or underwater. And this specific challenge is that I need to find the ocean and spend 9 consecutive turns either underwater or on the surface of the ocean. This is a difficult challenge. Even though it's a big ocean, I will need to find it, and I will need to get underwater and be able to survive underwater without incurring too much hypoxia damage, and or go back and forth between the surface and underwater. So let's jump right in and give it a shot. I've already randomized my character here. I'm going to be playing as Soren the Navigator, and I have Walter the Wanderer, one of my current cat, one of my 2 beloved cats, but he's no longer with us. But he's going to be joining me for today's journey. I'm starting at 4, so I'm not the most difficult, but somewhat difficult. And you can always make it more difficult by starting here instead. And I'm on this first location. Of course, I have a pool of 8. I need 10 dice total. I've already determined my character randomly. I need to gain that skill, and there we go. And then I need to randomize. Oh, I meant to have a little place to roll the dice. So one moment, please. All right. Remember last time I somewhat through the video, I added this little dice tray so that you could see what I'm rolling as I'm rolling it. So I'll add that little dice tray there. I'll roll these 2 dice. 2 more purple. That's going to make this interesting, but let's roll with it. This means different things. 1, I do not have diversity of skills right now. I only have purple skills. Here's another one here. So here's the one for my character. Here's the 2 for the ones that I just rolled. Oh, you didn't see that. Yeah, they're off camera. There they are. The other thing it means is that it's going to be a difficult mission. Actually, one thing here is that I'm not going to be going after the mission anyway. I'm going after the Aquaman challenge, but it's going to be a difficult mission if I want to think about it at all. And that mission is to help the traveler. Search for and rescue the traveler by identifying the phrase, "You are my only hope," in the results text of an action. This one's difficult because it's just hard to find. I will put that off screen up here, but that mission is here just in case you want to see it. I'll probably mostly be ignoring that. I guess I could take the actions on that mission if I want a little boost in general. You can always use your turn to perform one of the actions on the mission. I might think about doing that. In fact, depending on where I crash land, I might even take some of the actions on my character, which I rarely do, but this might be a game to try it. All right, next step is now here. Each player gains a different skill. So this is where I need to determine my escape pod. The skill is, okay, so at least I get a different skill now. I now have an orange skill, and that will send me to escape pod 4. I feel like that might have been where I had the last game's escape pod too, but it is random. And now I need to go to that escape pod and do the final steps of setup. I am going to use on my other computer screen, I am using Rule Pop this game, the Rule Pop storybook app, just to make it a little bit easier. I can click through there on the mouse and not have to look through the books in real time. But anyway, so I'm on this escape pod. I need to roll 2 more skill dice and gain the final 2 skills. And the skills that I am rolling are red and green. Good. More diversity of skills is going to be a good thing here. Red and green. And I'm going to 3, 6, 6. I'll put this card away. Got my little handy dandy character bookmark so I can put this in here as I'm taking locations out of the pile. 3, 6, 6. Now, this actually might not be. Wow. Okay. I kind of lucked out. I could have crash landed quite far from the ocean. I crashed literally in the ocean. So that's what we're doing. I don't know if that'll be good or bad for today's video, but I'm here in the ocean. I am not prepared to go under the water, but I could. So yeah, what do I do here? I It's neat that I'm here. I really am not prepared to go underwater. I guess I could go underwater, and then that's the dive action. Um, but I could end up. I could get quite a bit of hypoxia damage, um, and then I will have to surface. So I could back up a little bit and try to gear up before going under there. What do I do here? This is interesting. Let's do this. I am purple. I have purple skills. Why don't I take the master action on my character as my first action? So my character is 1436, 1436, purple. Master some survival skills. I can only perform this action once per game. This action right here. It is a 5 cost action. I'm going to decrease it to a 4 and then roll these 4 challenge dice. I need to learn to roll with my left hand. So you can see the roll. There we go. Ooh, that is a brutal roll. But at least I can put the time here. I can put the setback here. And I need 2 boost on my character. Almost forgot about that. And I need 1 boost on Walter as well. 2 more of these. I really don't want to. I think I'm probably going to end up re-rolling here. Let's re-roll the. I'll re-roll the health. I'll re-roll this health into nothing. That'll go. I'll put it right here. It's not really supposed to be here, but just so it's on camera. That's the penalty area, and then I can place this one right here and output another boost. I'm gonna put this someplace so I don't have to reach over the camera. I'll put it off to the side over here. Okay. So I finally, after all that, mastered some survival skills. You master some skills that may help you survive on this planet. Gain experience card 1455. 1455. Move and 1 engage. So there's my survival or my experience card, and I get 1 move and 1 engage. All right, again, a good variety. I'll stack those up a little bit. Good variety of skills here. So I've done that. I haven't taken a location action. I could also try to equip my character if I wanted to. Uh, I don't think I really need to do that yet. So I'm still debating. Do I go ahead and dive in? Why don't I just put my toes in this water? Um, or I'll take a location action maybe. What dive is saying is I can dive underwater. I think this will take me to the surface of the ocean and move forward a little bit. Um, so it says a series of levitating buoys attracts fish, and it looks like a fish has been caught by this buoy. I could fish for that fish, but I could also release it, or pilfer. I mean, it looks like there's something underwater here that I could try to grab, but I don't have any take skill. Why don't I just release this fish? I feel bad for the fish. I just landed on this planet. There's a fish struggling here. I am going to I'm going to try to release what I think is this fish. So I'm going to take the green action on location 366. Green is help, of course. And okay, it's another 5 cost action. Release a fish from the line. Careful not to injure it any further. Okay. Um, 5 costs. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to decrease it by 1. This is early for me to be doing these challenging things. I will roll 4 dice now. Need to get a little lucky. Okay, there's a little bit of luck here. And then I have a time and a health, and no other way to mitigate it other than re-rolling. So I will use one of my boosts to re-roll the time. I'm just going to take the health. I'm going to lose the health here, and I'll take the time. I'll re-roll it. Over to a health. Okay, well, I need to re-roll that now. So I'll re-roll the health into a morale. Okay, I'm just going to be losing some things here, but that's okay. I got lucky. I landed near the ocean. So um, the fish, freed from its line, darts away in fear before returning to nuzzle against you in appreciation. As it swims away, you find that you have control over the water that surrounds you. Gain spell 1380. Okay, so there's a magical fish that's taught me a spell about how I control water. Well, that's pretty cool. And that will be actually incredibly helpful as I interact with water creatures underwater in the near future. And the boost power is related to swim, wade, dive, and surface action. The player gains the action result without rolling any challenges. Okay, this will be incredibly useful actually for going in the water. When placed, gain 1 cube on each card in this column. So where do I want? I actually probably don't want it in that cube. Let's put it. I think I need these re-rolls. So I'm going to put it down here and put a cube on my character. Each card in this column, and here's one here for control water. From now on, these setbacks can actually boost on this control water spell. Okay, I've taken an action here, and now I'm again faced with a decision. Do I move laterally and stay out of the water, or do I move forward? Let's move just a little bit before I go underwater. Let's move a little bit to the west from 366. So 366, I'll depart, heading west. I'll wade west, struggling against the undertow. It is a 3-cost move action. I have 4 dice in the pool, and I do have a nice little move bonus there. I don't think it's worth decreasing this one, so I'm just going to roll. Again, I am struggling with these rolls, but at least I have a setback. I can put that setback right here and generate a boost on control water. And actually, oh yeah, in the future I need to remember this. This ability applies to swim, wade, dive, or surface whenever I'm kind of moving through the water, which I'm doing right now. That's exactly what I'm doing. Um, so let's just lost health and morale. I need to re-roll one of them. I will re-roll the health. So I'm going to take the morale damage, lose another morale, roll for health, and roll a blank. Finally, some tough rolls early on. So the result is I'm just wading west. I'm just moving. The water keeps trying to pull your legs out from under you. Go to 365. See if that's on the back. It's not on the back. 365. Here we go. West. Interesting. To me, it looks like the storm clouds are over to the east of 366. Not the west, but that's what the game told me to do. That's stormy over here. It says my stomach churns at the motion of the waves. Well, well, well. Okay. Pause for 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Okay, we're back on 365. Looks like I can dive, observe, hail, practice, scavenge, or fight. Who am I going to fight here? Interesting. I mean, Walter wants me to fight. Walter's a scrappy little boy. Um, I only have 1 die left here. I guess I'm probably fighting against the motion of the waves. Let's I still think it's a little bit too early to dive. Let's see if I can scavenge for something useful here. This is going to be a tough place to scavenge, I have a feeling, but I'll give it a try. So this is 365, 365, scavenge. Scavenge for resources in the calm water under the surface. So this is a full cost test. I get it to refresh. That will be useful. Refresh everything. And then I'm going to roll four. A yellow take action. So I have no dice to help out. I'm going to need to get a little lucky. That was there, I believe. Does that look right? I can't just rewind my own video to see if that's correct. I don't think I've lost time. Sorry, I'm not used to rolling with my left hand. Okay, another abysmal roll, unfortunately. At least I have the setback here that I can use to actually move through this water more elegantly. I didn't roll time, so I can't place it there. This was a scavenge action. Yeah, this is brutal. This is brutal. I'm gonna move all the way down here already because I can't place any of these dice and I can't re-roll them. So hopefully I get something good when I scavenge. I think it's gonna be like a water resource. Some unrefined gold catches your eye. Gain item 1185. I don't think this is gonna be all that useful. 1185. What did we find here? I found some gold, which I could craft into something slightly less useless. This is gold. Um, okay, well, I have a gold resource now if I need to use that for something. Um, alrighty. Well, I've scavenged for that. And here's the tricky thing: I can't even dive under the water now because pretty soon I will start to incur hypoxia damage. And I will So I think I need to back away from water a little bit and do something I'm better at. So I think I need to move south. So 365, departing to the south. 365, depart south. All right, I'm going to wade south towards the golden skyline. And finally, I'm not even going to risk a roll here. I am just going to use control water for swim, wade, dive, or surface actions. A player gains the actual result without rolling any challenge dice. I'm not going to roll any challenge dice. I'm just going to gain the result. Where there are structures, there must be shelter from the elements. Go to 506. 506. What do I find? 506. 506. Here we go. So there's a little bit of shelter here on 506. Not really a shelter, but there's a structure. It says the sea is calm around a nearby tower, but storm clouds warn of harsher conditions under the surface. As we know, I was right near that stormy area a second ago. I could scale this tower and probably look around. I could study, I could transmit, I could craft, hack, lead. I should probably for now stick to things that I'm pretty good at and not the things that I'm not good at. So uh, hacking's out of the question. I could cleave. I could craft. No, not craft. I could transmit. Transmit could be somewhat useful, and we could study it. Let me try to. I don't want to transmit. I think I want to save these. So let's try to cleave it. We'll cleave the tower. Let's see what happens. 506. Cleave this tower. 506. Cleave the tower into the water. Okay, it's only one. Actually, fairly easy to cleave this tower. Maybe it's fairly rusty. Um, so I'm going to cleave the tower or just one, and I can even place that on Walter if I get unlucky. Although I can't re-roll it, so I could just lose right now. Do I dare? The odds are about 50-50 that everything will be okay. I really wanna risk that. I don't think I can risk that. So, I am just going to spend this 1 skill to not roll any dice. I'm reducing the cost to 0, so I don't have to roll dice. The tower lands with a splash, floating on the surf, provides a makeshift path to move further out into the sea. You may go north to 365. I don't wanna go to north. I've already been there. So, yeah. So instead, I'm gonna move. It says you may go, so I don't have to go. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to move east to 507. It is a one cost action because the number is listed here. It's a one cost move action. Um, and the action is walk, so I can't use control water for it. Yeah. So I'll just roll one challenge die. Here is a setback. Now, do I place the setback or not? Um, I think I'll just put it here. That's fine. And I'll go to 507. 507 is on the back. Here's the Traveler. Traveler says, the ocean ahead is vast. If you proceed this way, you will choose between holding your breath underwater and staying on the unpredictable surface. I can wait, I can listen, hail, assemble, gather, or trap. Again, I think I'm going to ignore the actions that I'm not particularly good at right now, which are assemble and gather. And I could trap an animal. I could hail a ride. I could listen to the Traveler. I think I need to get some boost on my character. So I'm going to listen to the Traveler. Should be a fairly easy action. 507. Traveler likes to talk. Listen to the Traveler. It's just a one cost action. I'll roll one die. Get a time. I don't mind that at all because I need a boost on my character, so I have some rerolls. Listen to the Traveler. The Traveler's talking here. It's a quote. Sometimes a magical island appears in the middle of this ocean. I don't know why or when, but if you can find it, you will reach a new echelon of respect. Gain one boost and quest 1686. Add it horizontally to my supply. Quest 1686. Here is the quest. Find the Amulet of Vitality. You hear rumors of great power found on a hidden island in the ocean. I will put this, I'll put it down here a little bit. There we go. Put my quest there. Okay, thank you, Traveler. That is my action for this location. I know if I keep going too far here to the east, I'm going to run into locations where I was on my last game, so I don't want to go too far that way. I guess I could move back again and see what I can find before going underwater. Yeah, I'll move back. I'll move south from 507. 507. South. Here we go. Swim south across the canal. Well, again, I don't think I will risk any swim, risk anything related to swim. So I'm just going to use my control water to make it easier to just gain the results. As you walk along the long hill to the canal, as you walk down the long hill to the canal, you admire the glimmering monuments to the west. So I've swum and now I'm walking down this hill. I'm going to 343. 343. Oh, I forgot to put back this one. Here's 343. And I need to put back 507. Okay. $343. A slight breeze tussles the grass along a quiet canal. I can swim, scan, hire, build, bathe, or trap. I think these look like little animals along the shoreline, so maybe I'm trapping those animals. Hire, build. This area keeps wanting me to hire things, but I don't have any money, so I can't do that right now. Bathe. I think bathe might help me regain some health, but I'm also at risk for losing health if I do that, either health or morale. I could build something. I'm not looking to build anything right now. I will bathe. I'll bathe here, and hopefully it'll be an easy bathing process. So this is 343. 343. Bathe in the gently flowing water. It is a 1-cost action. Got a little lucky for once. Here we go. The water feels great as it flows over you, washing off the grime, though the runoff from the nearby city isn't entirely clean. Gain 1 morale, thank goodness, and continue. So I actually can perform another action on this location if I want to. Do I want to trap one of these little creatures? Sure, I will try to trap. Get Walter involved in this little story. Although, if I do trap, I don't have too many ways to mitigate the attempt. I'll try it anyway. I'm here for an adventure. 343 overpower. It is a 2-cost action. I'll roll 2 dice here. A time and a setback. That's not too bad. It's not a morale, which I want to place on Walter, but that's okay. I'll put the setback here. I can put the time on my character. Trap an animal. You notice movement in the brush, so you set a basic trap and wait for it to spring. Set 1 challenge die to time, morale, or health to represent the trap. With time, I'm trying to study an animal's behavior. Morale, I'm trying to gain an animal companion. And health, I'm trying to kill and eat an animal. Normally, I wouldn't want to do that, but it could be good for my health here. Then I'll roll 3 other challenge dice. If any of them match the set die, I gain the resulting benefit once. If none match, I gain 1 overpower instead. So this is interesting. Do I want to try to gain an animal companion, which could be useful on kind of an ongoing engine building basis? Or do I just try to get a little health back, which I could really use right now? And given the circumstances, given the Aquaman goal here, but Aquaman is a friend to animals. Oh, this is hard. I think Walter likes living solo. So I'm going to try to kill and eat an animal. So I'm going to set a die to, so I'm just setting any challenge die. It doesn't need to be one of these, but this will be what I'm going after, health. Setting that. And then I'm rolling 3 other challenge dice. Doesn't really matter where they come from. I'm going to roll these 3 challenge dice. I'm trying to get one of them to be health, ideally. None of them are health. So if none of them match the set die, gain the resulting benefit once. If any of them match. If none of them match, just gain 1 overpower. Okay, so I didn't kill an animal, which is fine. I've tried my trap attempt here. Alrighty. Well, I'm done with that location. I still am no more prepared than I was than before for going underwater. So let's go over to 342. I keep going back and forth, though. I'm going to end up in similar places that I was before. I'll go to 344. So it's a 1-cost move action. There's a blank. 344. It's not on the back. Here's 344. At first glance, a golden city glints in the distance, but the longer you look at it, the more you doubt you're looking at anything tangible. So, most likely a mirage here. I could approach, study, hail, upgrade, hijack, or fish. Do I dare hijack this boat? I might dare. I could also study it. I'll just study it for now. I'll study the surroundings and see. I'll see what I see. Yeah. 344. Look. Study the city from various angles. It is a 1-cost test. And unfortunately, I have a health result here. I studied so hard that I hurt myself. Fortunately, the reroll came through. Study the city from various angles. Your suspicions are confirmed. The quote city in the distance is a well-crafted mirage. When you point this out to a local, they offer you a mischievous glance. Depending on who you ask, they say the illusion was either created to confuse invaders or to make the land of gold sentience appear more opulent than it really is. Impressed at your perception, the sentient teaches you a related spell. Gain lesson 1426. So they've taught me something, not exactly a spell, but a lesson to put me on track for gaining a spell. I gained 1426. Here we go. So, and a lot of people actually have questions about lessons. So maybe I'll do a lesson as an example here to show you what it looks like. This is a lesson here. All right. What to do. I might do that now. I might try this lesson. I've already done an action at this location, so why not? So I'll show you how to use a lesson. So this is a level 3 spirit magic lesson. It has an action on it that says it's a look action, a purple action of cost X. Whenever you see that, you determine the cost from 1 to 6. I determine the cost. So I will, and the reason actually that you might set a higher cost here is that you're trying to roll a morale so that you can place a morale here using this learn, because you're performing a learn action. So you can place dice rolled for learned actions here if it's a morale result, and that outputs the spell. So I'm going to say 4. I'll go with 4. So this will result in a refresh. I will roll 4 dice. So X is 4. I'm hoping to get a morale result among these. And I did. A little off screen there. That'll go there. That'll go here. I can gain that right away, actually, which might be useful in dealing with these other dice. You place dice 1 at a time. You gain any benefits they output 1 at a time. So I'll gain spell 1374 right away. What spell did I gain? I'm all about the magic this game. I have the spell of vision. And actually, this is actually nice. It has a look spot on it. When placed, gain a boost on each card in this column. Well. Definitely this column, because that's a boost on that card. It's a boost on my character, and it's a boost on this control water spell. So this says if I use a boost here, a player pairs their current region with its sky location via page 2 of the Book of Vantages, then gains a boost on their character. I don't know if I'll be using that all that much in this game, because I know where I am. I know where the ocean is. I don't need to look at my surroundings, although maybe I might do that to see where I can get some more things to help me go underwater. But I do have that look output now, and I have this look output. So let's put one of them here and then one of them here. So I get a boost on this card and a boost on that card. There we go. I may just have to equip my character. That might I don't know if it'll help me with hypoxia. That's why I really wanted to buy something, because maybe I could buy a helmet or something that could help me breathe underwater. I haven't gotten there. I still have really low health. But that is what I decided to do at 344. Let's go ahead. Do I dare move north? Is it time to go underwater? I've been doing this. I've been playing for 35 minutes. Let's give it a shot. I'll move north from here, from 344, and see what happens. 344, depart north, swim north across the murky canal. I'm going to keep using this control water spell because it's a 5 cost action. Excuse me. I don't want to do that right now. So I am going to use control water to not have to roll any dice there. Incredibly powerful spell. Oh, also, I almost forgot. I'm sorry. For this, I do gain lesson 1427. So whenever you do the lesson for the first time, you gain some benefit. And I could lose this card as a result. I don't really need this card anymore, although I could use it. I could leave it here for one more lesson. I'll leave it here for now. Why not? So I'll gain lesson 1427. Almost forgot to do that. So this lesson, what is this one? This is a level 4 spirit magic. Again, it wants you to place morale. And again, learn a challenging spell. I don't, at least for now, I won't do it. But maybe I will. I could fill up my grid. I have a very purple grid right now. It's a pretty purple grid. Anyway, I swam north. You go right past where the city should be and find yourself on a shallow beach. Go to 508. 508. So this is near where I was before. 508. Here I am. Poachers prey upon a massive beast, its tendrils flailing in panic. So I want to help this animal from the poachers. I need to make sure I choose the right action. So I can chase, observe, persuade, rescue, catch, or fight. I'm hoping fight is fight the poachers. I'm guessing that's what it is. I could maybe chase away the poachers. I could observe the situation. Or I can maybe persuade the poachers. I think I'm going to go with fight because I still have Walter helping me out over here if I need some help with morale. I'll go with that. I will try to fight, and hopefully this means that I'm fighting the poachers, not the animal. There is always that slight risk as you interpret the different actions on the cards. This is 508, fight. 508, fight. Fight one of the parties involved in the altercation. So I get to choose now. So this is a 3-cost fight. I can either defend the animal from the poachers or hunt the animal with the poachers. But first I need to do the core action. I read ahead a little bit there. I'm going to roll 3 dice. Finally, a decent roll. Okay, this is a great roll. I have 2 blanks. I have a morale to put on Walter. Walter likes that. And now Walter has a lead power. Go to an adjacent listed location. If a floor is there, transfer 1 boost from your character to Walter. Walter likes to eat plants. So, let's see. 1 second. I'm going to pause here for 1 second. I'll be back now in a moment. Here we go. Okay, so I successfully defended the animal from the poachers. The poachers are wealthy tourists hunting for sport, and they weren't expecting their prey to fight back. They flee at the first sign of adversity. The animal sidles up to you in gratitude. Gain animal 847. And this looks like an aquatic animal, which might be helpful for my journey underwater. So let's put this animal here. They're a helpful animal. This is the shell colossus. The animal is now loyal to you. Replace this. Oh, I'm sorry. If I have to boost on it, the boost power is that the animal is loyal to me. The animal is worth $7. That's its value. If I find a way to maybe sell the animal, if I wanted to do that, and it increases my capacity to hold cards in my reserve by 3. My character also has one of those. Those are the only ones that I have so far. And it is a water animal. So I do have this little challenge die slot when interacting with, performing actions either on or with a water creature. Okay, I have done that. Now I think it's time to move north from 508. So I will depart north. 508, depart north. I'm going to wade north. It is a 4-cost action, which would help me refresh. So instead of using control water, I think I am going to just go all out and go for a 4-cost action to help me refresh everything here. It's a 4-cost move action. And here are the results. I have a blank. I have actually a setback. I love that. Learning how to control water better. I have a morale and another setback. I'll put the setback here. I'll put the morale right there to output a boost here. If I have this filled up, I will level up my character essentially. And I'm wading north. Boats skim across the water as you wade north. Go to 367. So again, back in the area where I started the game. 367. We'll see if I've already been here. I have not been here. 367. A treasure chest drifts on the tide towards you. You can dive, examine, pick, craft, dismantle, or force. And so I wouldn't mind getting to the contents of this treasure chest. And I do see in the art here, there is that little take icon, that take rune, essentially. So that might be indicating that the take action is a little bit easier, which would be nice because I am not good at the take action. I'm pretty good. I think examining is, the thing that I'm the best at. I could also pick the lock with my orange skill. But I'm going to take that hint and hope that it is a discounted action since that rune is in the art. So this will be 367 dismantle. It is indeed a 1-cost action. So I only have to roll 1 die. It is a time result, but fortunately I have that. I could re-roll as well, but I'm just going to put it there. The result is, despite the solid construction of the chest, some of the wood has warped from exposure to the elements. Soon you've dismantled enough of the chest's exterior to reach inside. Roll 4 skill dice. You may re-roll each die once. Here's my starting roll. I get the best item if I have 3 of a kind. So I can re-roll each die once. I will just re-roll these 2 at the same time. You can do them individually. All right, so I ended up with a pair. I gain item 1164. I don't think I have any abilities to help me re-roll that any better than I have. 1164. This will probably have me replace an item or something out here. Actually, I should have done this lesson first because I could have placed dice on both of them if I needed to. That's okay. I'm going to end up replacing this lesson here. So this one is going to reserve, essentially. It's going off to the side. And I'm gaining 924. All right. 924. Oh, interesting. Okay. Some weighted dice. After rolling skill dice, set one of them to a face of your choice. So this is fantastic. I don't think I've played Vantage, the final version of the game, and gotten the weighted dice in any game. So that is that's going to be fun. Cool. Oh wow, that's actually a really, really good thing to get. Oh, here's the thing. I gained the wrong card. This is what I would have gotten if I had rolled 3 of a kind. I don't get this though. I didn't roll 3 of a kind. I am getting. I was thinking that was a little bit too good to get for only getting a pair. I'm getting 1164, which I think will be a crystal. Yeah. Okay. It's a crystal. There we go. But at least it gives me a little bit of help for take actions, which I'm currently not very good at all. Okay. I've interacted with the chest. I'm done with that. I can now move north, or I could, I'll move north. 367, move north. Swim north on the ocean surface. It's only a 2-cost move action. So I'll go ahead and just roll the 2 dice. I'm just not good at rolling dice with my left hand, am I? All right, there is a time. I had a blank and a time. I don't think I have any way to mitigate this time, so I'm going to re-roll it. Although I do have 4 time, and I don't want to re-roll into a health or morale. I'm just going to take the time. There we go. I'll take a little extra time to swim north on the ocean surface, gain 1 random skill, and go to the ocean location matching that skill. So I'll gain random skill and overpower, and go to the ocean location matching that skill. For overpower, I go to 055. And so these are some of my favorite illustrations in the game, the ocean surface locations. I think Soren did a remarkable job with these locations. 055, right here. A sentient struggles to stay afloat amidst the waves. I can either dive, I can ignore the sentient, or I can rescue the sentient. And I am a little good at interacting with gold sentients because I have this gold resource. So I will try to help rescue the sentient. There's also a place where I can put some dice here. So yeah, absolutely, I'm going to try to rescue this sentient. I think it's going to be difficult, but that's okay. Also, I don't want to forget, do I want to like take a break from rescuing the sentient to learn a challenging spell? Could that be useful? But most likely, like I'm wondering if that spell might need to get replaced. You know, let's do this first. The poor sentients, I'm going to hope they can struggle just a little bit longer for a moment. This is a terrible thing for me to do, but I'm going to try to learn this lesson first. Yeah, just in case. So I'm going to roll 5 dice. So that'll let me refresh. 5 challenge dice. So X is 5 for me to learn this challenging spell. Again, I wish I still had this spell in my tableau, in my grid, but I don't. So I'm going to roll 5 dice. And let's see if I can make these work. I do have a morale, which is what I wanted. That will give me the spell. And I also gain lesson 1428. Let's not forget about that. Let's do 1428 first so I don't forget. Probably this is going to my reserve. And here's where I need to remember, can I actually put this directly into my reserve? I can't remember offhand, but it's going to get replaced anyway. So I'm just going to put it in my reserve. I may lose this card, which I am going to do. I'm going to replace this card. I've outputted spell 1384. This die gets refreshed, I believe, when I lose this card. And I gain spell 1384. So I'm losing. It says you may lose this card. I am going to lose it. Let me not forget that I need to get spell 1384. 1384. And I'm doing this in the middle of the action because this spell might help me place some of these dice. It won't, but it is a good spell. It's the control energy spell. And 1427 is going back in the box here. I am losing the spell now that I've learned it. And I want to make sure I do this right. The die that was on that spell, I believe it just gets refreshed as I replace it. So I still have these dice to place. This was a purple action, so I'm going to put a heart right there to get some more boost on my character. I will put a setback here to get more boost on the water, which will be nice. I have a blank, and then I have 1 more health. And this is related to an energy action, but I'm not really interacting with an energy creature, so I couldn't do that anyway. I think I need to just re-roll this. Actually, no, I could put it right here. Here we go. I'll put it right there and output another boost on this vision spell. Okay. Now I can rescue the sentient. They've been patiently waiting for me to rescue them. Rescue on 055. Rescue a drowning sentient. I feel a little guilty that I made them wait. This is a 4-cost action. I am going to roll 4 dice. I have a few places where I can place them. Oh, now I get the best roll of the game so far. I don't really need it, but I'm going to put that here so I can output a boost on my Shell Colossus. I'd love for them to be loyal to me. And then the other setback, I might as well put it here on gold to, because I can. Rescue a drowning sentient. As soon as you reach the sentient, you realize it was a mistake. They outweigh you several times over, and they are already deep in a state of panic. I guess this is kind of a lesson to be careful when you were trying to help someone who is drowning. You have to look out for both of you. Roll 2 skill dice. If either result is engage or overpower, you manage to secure the sentient. Whew, I got a little lucky there. Otherwise, it could have been a little tricky. Engage. So I secure the sentient. 1324 is what I get as a result. 1324. Now the question is, where am I putting this sentient? I have a full grid here. And actually, I forgot to do one thing, as many of you may have been thinking for the last few minutes. When you do have a full grid, you gain Destiny 1705. So I haven't even done that yet. I'll get to 1705, which actually could help me a little bit with my goals and aspirations this game of finally going underwater. I haven't even done that yet. 1705. And now I can put this sentient somewhere. The odd thing is the vision spell really doesn't help me all that much this game. I can't replace Walter. Actually, this gold, this is not particularly useful this game. So I'm going to replace this. The gold will go into my reserve over here where I can fit a total of 4 cards right now. Oh, and actually control energy. I missed that too. When I place control energy, I got to put one there, one here. This card wasn't here yet, but when placed, I get to put 2 on here. So actually, I probably should have waited to do this spell until after I got the sentient, because it could have let me put an extra cube on the sentient. Live and learn. Okay, pretty good grid here. And I will see what we can do. It's time to go underwater, I think. Okay, so that actually, I need to finish the action. It says either way, no matter what happens with what happened with rescuing the sentient, roll a skill die and go where the tides take you. Oh wow! So this is going to potentially take me far away from here. I'm going to roll 1 skill die, and I thought I had something that could help me manipulate skill dice. Where did I put that thing? I don't see it anymore. Oh, that was the weighted dice that I had for a second, but shouldn't have had. So I'm going purple. I'm going to 051. I'm staying on the ocean surface. Actually, this is good because the goal of this game is to stay on the ocean surface or underwater for 9 consecutive turns. So let's start counting these. So this is 1. I've already done it once. I believe I'm going to another ocean surface location with purple. Do I gain the skill? No, I don't gain the skill. I'm just moving to 051. Ooh, okay, look at this. I am still on the ocean surface. It says a pirate ship emerges from the mist. I can dive or I can evade. I love this art. This is one of my favorite illustrations in the game. I think this is such a cool illustration. And so basically the idea here is that I am just avoiding the pirate ship if I want to evade, or I can go underwater. That is also a possibility. And I need to make sure I stay on or under the ocean for consecutive turns. So I don't want to end up like having the pirate ship take me someplace else. That could be a little risky. I'm going to, do I want to dive right now? You know, I haven't been underwater yet. Well, you know, how often is it that I get to interact in any way with this cool pirate ship? It's very rare. So I'm going to evade it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to evade the pirate ship. It is pretty misty here, so maybe they just won't notice me. Evade. Okay. 5 cost. Okay, so it is not easy. Evade the pirate ship or emerging from the mists. So I will decrease the cost by 1, but still roll 4 challenge dice, which allows me to refresh everything. 4 challenge dice. Here we go. Okay, pirates, don't hurt me. I have no health. Wow, look at that roll. 3 blanks at a time, which I'm pretty good at handling on my character. Yeah. I could put it here too if I want to level up my character. You know, it might be time. It might be time to level up my character. Oh, and I forgot to do this thing. But that's okay. If you forget to do survive until help, that's what happens. So I'm going to put the time right here, which outputs a boost. So at the end of my turn, I need to remember to do this little experience thing down here. But for now, I am just evading the pirate ship. You remain perfectly quiet as you drift deeper into the dark mist in the direction opposite the pirate ship. Finally, you're in the clear. Gain ability 1485 and 1 morale. I love the morale. 1485. This is the evade ability. I don't really have a place for it. I'm trying to remember. I am not remembering offhand if you can gain a card directly to your reserve or not. I believe you can. Let's see what Rule Pop says about reserve. For your grid, here we go. I'll go to grid. Whenever you gain a card, you do just place it. You have to place it in the grid, so it can't go directly to the. It can't go to your reserve right away. Oh, and here we go. Whenever you gain a card, but your grid is already full, you may either reserve the new card or reserve a card in your grid, as long as you have the capacity. Okay, so I could just put this. I have a couple different things that help me move, especially when I'm underwater. So I'm going to put this in my reserve. I'm maxing out my reserve here. But I'll have more room in a second. And what else was happening there? 051. Move. There we go. Evade. I gain the morale. Then roll a skill die and go to where the tides take you. So this is. I could be taken. I could lose my consecutive turns here, and the odds are slightly against it. I need a move or a look to stay on the ocean surface. Nope. All right. The tides are taking me to 448. So I lose my consecutive turn streak to go to 448. I'm kind of amazed I'm still alive, though. Wow, I drifted far away to 448. And I don't think I guess I'm maybe near the ocean a little bit. Oh, I think, okay. I have a rough idea of where I am. And I can still dive. So I'm still adjacent to the ocean, still ocean adjacent. But I lost my streak of consecutive turns. End of turn. Experience. At the end of your turn, do I need to check this? I need to check when I lose a card, what happens to all the dice on it. I'll double check here. If you reserve a card, let's see. Okay, refreshing dice on it. Yes, I do refresh this die. So I'm losing this card. You must lose this card to gain a move and an engage. Getting pretty good at engage. I may replace my character with 1442, and I get to transfer the boost there. So I'm going to return 1455. 1455 is going back, and I'm gaining 1442. 1442. Here's 1442, and this is 1455. And I'm replacing my character with their survival version. And so all this skill stays on survival Soren. All right, Soren. He ignores cold damage, not hypoxia, but cold. Reroll one of your challenge dice until the result changes. Gain one random skill or transfer one reserved card from your grid. Or reserve card into your grid. So I could get one of these cards into my grid at a moment's notice if I need to. Can still reroll challenge dice, gain one random skill. Okay. These are going to be useful. And I have a slot available now if I want to move something over whenever the time comes. I have a lot of abilities here. I think I'm feeling very strong now. I've been playing for an hour. You know, I feel powerful. At the end of my turn, I will do the survive thing. So I'll put a boost or put a token here, and that lets me add a boost on my character. And now it's time to dive. Let's go underwater. We have to do it. I need to stop avoiding it. Here we go. I am diving 448. I'm diving. And this is very close to where I was in the last game. Actually, unless I want to do another action, but I don't think so. I want to dive. And this is a very close area to where I was in my previous game, but that's okay. 448. I'm probably going to interact with it in a different way anyway. 448. Dive underwater is a 2-cost move action. I feel like I can probably handle a 2-cost move action, right? I have enough rerolls at least to handle it. There's a health. That was a health. To be fair, that was a health. Even though I don't want it to be. A health and a morale. This was a bad roll. Yeah, I have to re-roll them. At least the health. I'm going to re-roll the health. So I'll set that aside so I don't hit it. There's a setback. Okay, so morale, I'm okay losing 1 morale. The setback, this is full. Oh, I'm diving. I could have just used control water. I'll just put the setback there, and I will remember that I can control water. You are curious to see what you find under the waves. Go west to 655, where you ignore hypoxia damage upon arrival. And I also need to remember control energy. A player rolls 2 extra dice, then chooses 2 results to ignore. Refresh them if they are challenge dice. Okay, so that can be used for skill or challenge dice. Got to remember that. I could have used that with a pirate ship to maybe increase the chances that I would have stayed on the ocean surface. But that's okay. That's done. 655. 655. This is why there's a grid in this game, because once you have, even this many things, it's a lot of things to remember that you can do. If it was any bigger, it would be completely unwieldy. 655. I'm underwater. I get to ignore hypoxia damage. This is my first turn underwater. And end of turn, I will gain another boost here and a token here. It says you may add a token here. So at one point, I will stop doing it if I haven't completed the mission. Here's turn 1 underwater. I don't suffer the hypoxia damage because the last card said that I don't have to. Behind an underwater rock formation, glittering bubbles rise to the surface. And surface is always available. Now, if I stay underwater, I will, if I move to another location, I'm going to suffer hypoxia damage there, almost definitely, unless it's a special location where I can avoid it. So surface, scan, hire, assemble, scavenge, or weaponize. What can I do here that will help me survive underwater? It's a bit of a long shot, but I'm wondering if maybe the Shell Colossus will help me avoid hypoxia damage. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot if I can find the loyal Shell Colossus. So what I'm going to do is take the assemble action and place a die there to make the Shell Colossus loyal to me. So assemble on 655. Assemble an underwater dome. Okay, interesting. This is going to help me. We'll see if it helps. We'll see how it helps me. Underwater dome. It's a 6-cost action that I cannot discount. So I may perish underwater while trying to make an underwater dome. It is a green action. I might have to do the control energy thing. All right, let's go for it. Assemble an underwater dome. Okay, a couple healths in here. I have the time. I can mitigate time. I can put one of the health on the Shell Colossus. I might still end up doing control energy, but I don't have to do it yet. So Shell Colossus, I will go ahead and make them loyal to me. So actually, this might really help because I refresh that die. And so I will get another helpful Shell Colossus in a moment. So I'm replacing this with 1130. I'll put that away later. 1130. Here we go. A loyal Shell Colossus. I gain a boost when placed. Comfort. Ignore all morale on unplaced dice. Just place them in the center. So it doesn't help me with hypoxia damage, but it does help me avoid morale damage, at least, on unplaced dice. And I now have another place where I can put dice. So actually, I may not need to re-roll all that much. I'll put that health there. I'll gain another boost. And I have this one morale left, and I can put that over on control energy. Great. Okay, so I'm pretty powerful at this point. I'm feeling good. I have these blanks that I don't need to place at all. Assemble an underwater dome. The flat ledge and abundance of sunken supplies creates a great opportunity to construct a refuge from the lack of oxygen below the surface. Gain structure 1290 and continue. 1290. Okay, so, I don't think I have to be on different locations for this challenge. I just think I need to be, let's see if it is, I think I just need to spend 9 sequential turns underwater. So here is the air supply dome that I've built. And I'm looking at the exact wording for the challenge right now to see if I need to be on different locations or this one location. I could just hang out in the air supply dome. So this says, when moving to an adjacent location from here, ignore hypoxia damage upon arrival. That's handy. Let's see. The wording for the challenge is spend 9 consecutive turns in or on the ocean, underwater, or on the ocean surface. So I guess I could stay at this one location if I wanted to. So this is on this location. So I will have to find a way to. Usually, I just suggest that players keep it like this, like put the card on the location. When moving to an adjacent location from here, ignore hypoxia damage upon arrival. Okay. So I can move away from this location and be fine. The problem is, though, if I want to go like back and forth, it almost seems thematically that when I come back to the dome too, that I get to ignore hypoxia damage. What can I do here? I can stow, reflect, entertain, heal, bathe, or duel. Heal. I wouldn't mind healing myself if that is an option. Bathing. Also, bathing is probably more about morale, I think, than I did that earlier and improved my morale. I would love to heal myself if that's an option. I haven't even actually looked at what this sentient does. Boolean, after rolling challenge dice for an action, add 1 challenge die and reroll. Ignore and refresh all dice with the chosen result. So I'm actually really good at performing actions now. I'm just still not good at avoiding hypoxia damage, which is the main challenge in this scenario. So, what to do? Oh, and actually, I get to continue too. So my next action could be another action on this location. But I think I would just continue with another action. I'm still on the same turn, so I'm not doing this survive thing yet. I think I might take an action on this air supply dome. I'm going to heal. I'm going to take another green action for better or for worse on the air supply dome. So heal 1290. Heal yourself. And if you already have 5 or 6 health, perform another action. Oh, instead of doing this. But I do not. I only have 1 health, so I am going to heal myself. I'm going to try to. I get to. It's a 2-cost action, so I get to refresh all the dice before doing it, which is great So it clears up that spot. And roll 2 dice to try to heal. Double setback. Interesting. Well, do I put them back? I will, I'm going to put one back, and I'll put the other one on the Shell Colossus to output a boost right there. And heal myself. You tend to your wounds in the safety of home. Gain 2 health. That is so huge. I love it. I love it. That is going to help me big time because now I can swim around in this area. I can come back to the air supply dome if need be. To heal myself. So I can do this now. So that is the end of that turn. It's about to get pretty easy to do this, which is fine. This is one way to accomplish this goal. Putting that here, putting that here. I have spent another turn underwater. So I need to make a little bit of room here. Where can I put these? I'll put these up here. I'll put this little counter here, and I'll move this location. I'm about to move away from this location, but I want to keep this here. There, I'll put it there. I can't perform these actions right now, but so I'm going to move away from this location, so I won't be able to do anything on this structure. And I'm going to move away. I will move to, how about 649? I'll move to 649. That is a 1-cost move action. I'll just roll the die. That is a morale. And I have lots of different ways. Actually, and I can be using control water for this because I should have done I didn't do it, but I should have done it because everything that you're doing underwater, I'm swimming around. Swim is the action that I'm doing here. I can ignore this using my Shell Colossus, which I'll probably just do that rather than trying to place it somewhere. Although I could just place it on control energy. Get my 3rd boost there. Both control energy and bullion help me re-roll dice if I want to. So I'm going to move over to 649. 649. So this is another turn spent. Ooh, I have one out of order. I did have one out of order. 649. There we go. So this is another turn of the 9 spent underwater. And because I moved away from the air supply dome to here, I get to avoid that hypoxia damage. A recent shipwreck glitters just under the surface. Repairing a vessel like this while underwater could prove to be a challenge. And now I need to remember, I'm underwater. As long as I stay underwater, it counts towards this challenge. So I can do other actions. I could do an action on this sentient. I could do action on my character. I could do location actions here. I could go back to the dome and do actions there. Lots of different options. What do I want to do? Actually, what do I want to do? I feel so powerful now. Squeeze, search, pick, repair, loot. I have all these orange tokens that I haven't done much with. Let's try to pick the lock. It looks like there's a treasure chest down here, or at least, yes, some sort of treasure chest. I will try to pick this lock. 649. So this is a new turn. I'll get. I move there. 649. Here we go. Pick the lock on the captain's cabin. I'll go ahead and spend all of these to reduce the cost to 3. I'll roll 3 challenge dice. A health, and a blank. Actually, I'm not necessarily doing that because I could use bullion. Let's use control energy. So control energy says if I spend this, a player rolls 2 extra dice, then chooses 2 results to ignore. So I'm going to roll 2 more dice. There's the risk here. So I have these 2. There's the risk that I'll roll something worse, but I get to choose 2 to ignore. So it could be better. Okay, so here are the results. I get to choose 2 to ignore. So I can now ignore these 2. I just I refresh them if they're challenge dice. And these are the 2 that I actually have to deal with. Blank is fine. And then this one, I'll use my Shell Colossus, I think. to ignore this, and I place it in the penalty area of the center. Okay, what do I get? With a satisfying click, the lock pops open, revealing a treasure. Roll 6 skill dice, and again, control energy can help me with all types of dice. I'm rolling 6 skill dice, trying to get hopefully something really good here. Trying to get 3 of a kind. No 3 of a kind yet, but I do have 2 of a kind. I can re-roll each of these once, or I can just roll 2. You know, I'm gonna use this ability. Why not? Control energy. I will roll 2 extra dice. So I'm gonna roll 2 more dice, and then I have to choose 2 to ignore. I'll ignore these 2, and I got the 3 of a kind. So I gain item 979. 979. That card is very good. Control energy. $979 is a gray egg. Whenever you would suffer heat damage, also add a boost, a token to this card. This is an egg, and it hatches if it's full. So it has another place where I can mitigate time, which is fine. That is another turn. That is turn 4. I don't have to move away from this location. I know that I just moved 649. I moved here, so to the east. So if I want to move back, I could go right back to the air supply dome. I would incur 1 hypoxia damage upon arrival. Thematically, again, that feels a little odd to me. I almost think that when you get back to the air supply dome, it's like when you go to or from here that you don't suffer hypoxia damage. But I can always heal at the air supply dome, so that does help as well. Little worried about morale here. But what can I do? I just need to do something underwater. Just perform an action underwater. I don't really need to get more cards from Bullion. Do I dare flirt with Bullion or swindle to get some coins? I don't know. I'm looking. There's actions that I could do here. I could equip my character. I'm not really looking for more cards. I'm just looking to spend more time underwater. So I will. I kind of want to go back to the air supply dome. Just to burn a turn almost. I will. I'll try to flirt with Bullion and see how it goes. Okay. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll find out. I have a feeling it's going to be expensive. I think the Sentient is particularly good at this skill, so it's going to be a high cost card. So maybe I won't flirt. I'm good at learning. I'll just do purple. I don't need a lesson from Bullion, but maybe they can just teach me some skills or something. So 1324. 1324. Learn from the Sentient's expertise. It's only a 2-cost action. I like that. Here's a blank and a time. I can put it, maybe work on this egg hatching. And what do they teach me? They say the Sentient patiently teaches you how to attack without leaving yourself vulnerable. Gain ability 1474. I don't really have capacity for 1474. I will gain it just because I'm here. 1474. Here we go. It is this ability card. And I need to lose something from my reserve now. I'll lose this lower level magic. I think I only have a reserve of 4. You do have reserve on structure. So this structure gives me 3 reserve. There's a little bit of thematics there as to whether or not you only use that while you're on the location with the air supply dome or elsewhere. I like to think of it like I'm not there right now, so I can't really put things there. But it's a little flexible in that way. I'll put that card back later. Okay, well, that's another turn underwater. I just need a few more turns underwater, and I'll be okay. So 649, I am a little bit, let's go to the south from 649. I'm just going to stay close to the air supply dome. Yeah, I'll kind of just circle around it. So I'll go south from 649. This is yet another turn. So 649, depart, going south, swim. Oh no, I don't want to do this. So it's swim south to the shallows. I actually, I really don't want to do that because it's going to pull me away from my consecutive streak here. And so I'm just not going to, I'm going to do something different. You're seeing how I play Vantage right now, and that's okay. That is not what I wanted. I don't, given this challenge, normally in a game of Vantage, when I don't have this specific of a goal, I'd be okay with that. But I don't want to go back up to the surface. I don't think that location counts as the surface. So I will just stay underwater and go to 650, which is a 1-cost action. 1-cost move action. There we go. It's not on the back. Here we go. I do suffer 1 hypoxia damage, and so I think that'll be a health. A forlorn sentient drifts towards you. I can surface, listen, entertain, heal, pickpocket, or subdue. I know what the sentient needs. I don't have what it needs to heal it. Heal them. Subdue, listen, entertain. I also know what they have to tell me. And that was another turn underwater. I just departed. So I need to do something here so I can spend a little bit more time underwater. I will try to cheer up this sentient maybe. Why don't I just listen to them? I'll just listen to them. I'm good at listening. That's one of the things I'm good at in this particular game. So I will listen to 650, and I'm good at aren't I good at water? Yeah, I'm good at water too. So 650. Also, why am I even rolling dice to move around? I have the control water spell. 650. Listen to the sentient's plea for aid. It is a 4-cost action. I'll decrease it by 1, so I only have to roll 3 dice, but that will still let me refresh. Here we go. 3. Time, health. But I have many ways to mitigate this. So there's 1. There's a time on that egg. Here's another. Oh, I could use that boost if I do it well. Here, I'll put this one here. Let's re-roll. Although if I re-roll that, I might not get to place it. So I will put that there and just not get the boost. Actually, I could spend 1 to gain a random skill, then place it to get it back. So I will do that. I'll gain a random skill of a move. That could be helpful. So listen to the sentient. The water sentient explains that they are an outcast due to their disformity. While they are proud of what they've achieved and overcome, the gold growing on their back is making it increasingly difficult for them to complete even the easiest tasks. They beg you to journey east into the forest to find their landwalker friend who is developing a cure. Gain 1 boost that would go on my character. Actually, so I'll do the same thing. I'll use 1 to gain 1 random skill. Here's another move. And then I gain this boost on my character, gain 1 look, and then gain quest 1655. I am not going to gain that card because I know that I'm not going on that quest because I just spent another turn underwater. 2 more turns underwater. Let's see if I can maybe make it back to the dome. I think I'm okay on health. So I went east. I then went north. I'm going to go west from here to 656, and I will use control water so I don't have to roll any dice and just go over to 656. Oh, this is the one that was out of order. Here we go. 656 right there. Suffer 1 hypoxia damage. That is, oh, that was a move right there. Yeah, this is, it's about to happen. There's that. I just need to do 1 final turn and I'm good. So I will do an action on this location. I just need to not lose 1 final health and I will accomplish the Aquaman challenge after all of these shenanigans. So I just need to do a thing here. Craft, forage, charge. I believe this goes into a cave. I see some glowing eyes back here. I see the overpower icon. I just don't want to get hurt. That's all I want to do. I want to not get hurt on this turn. I have plenty of rerolls, so it should be fine. My only concern is the rare actions where they just say the result of the action is, oh, you lose a health. I don't want to do that. So let's do the thing I'm good at. Let's explore. So I will just explore. 656, 656, explore. Here we go. Okay. Explore the mouth of the cave. It is a 4-cost move action. I should be able to pull this off with all the different rerolls that I have. Yeah. Okay, I can make this happen. Here's a blank. It's really just a question of how do I want to reroll these dice to avoid it. Here is a morale. I have a time. I can't place the time there, but can I put it anywhere else? I might have to re-roll these. Let's do the control energy is just fun, but it could put me in a pinch. So I will re-roll the time. Actually, time is fine. I don't even mind the time. It's the health I'm worried about. So I'll take the time, and then I'll re-roll this health into a setback. And that is the 9th turn. It says go to cave 032. Actually, I do need to go there just in case as I walk into the cave, something bad happens. So let's go to the cave, and this will complete the journey. As long as I don't get hurt right now. This is going to make me so mad if I get hurt walking into this cave or swimming into this cave. 032. I am okay. It is just a cavern barrier. No harm done. And actually, that's where we were. That kind of, I could segue right into the last challenge, the Indiana Jones challenge, which had me go into a cave. We're done. that took a while. I had fun. This is a fun challenge, but this was a tough one. Wow. If you stuck with me through this, thanks for hanging out. So this is wild. A lot happened. I feel like, look at this. Actually, I'll go back to my tableau here. All these adventures that I went on. I started off luckily near the ocean. I then backtracked away from the ocean. Briefly went on the surface. Didn't end up staying there, and built a pretty impressive tableau with Walter. I have a survival version of my character. I have an egg that was going to hatch into something cool. I made a friend along the way in Bullion. I have an animal, 3 spells. I was actually kind of a wizard here, and then a crystal that I didn't do much with. Well, I had a blast. A little stressful to have those really early rolls that didn't work out, but I am glad it ultimately worked out. I accomplished it, one of these monthly challenges for the first time. I hope you give this challenge a try, at least if you want. And I have linked in the comments, a link to the comments where you can post about it if you want to share your adventure on Board Game Geek, if you want to share how that challenge went for you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Take care, and I'll see you for next month's challenge. Thanks.